Attitude Broadcasting presents BSS Carolina with your host, Rocky. JPP, not only are you a giant, but you are a dummy giant.
Giant dummy.
You'll be in the same unemployment line as Steve Clifford. New job, Release Roberts. Linsanity's a hornet. We call us hockey experts. Easy.
You know who the next Jordan is? LeBron. It's not his fault. It's just because I like playing devil's advocate. Never again. Hall of Famer. Tannehill. Game over. Don't worry. I'll wait. We've all said it. None of us are hockey experts. I guess we are. We're beating hockey experts.
And big shots.
PJ Harrison. Rudy Gobert. JPP. What a dingling. Linssanity. I said better. I didn't say good. Roy Hibbert. What a dingling. If Duncan gets the 7 rings, not his fault. With Jordan, you got plenty of money. Get you a driver. Bump that. Side pieces. Side pieces. Ronda Rousey.
You can listen to the show on Stitcher, Spreaker, iTunes, and iHeartRadio. And follow us on Twitter at BSS Carolinas.
What it do? What it do? What it do? Ha ha ha. To steal a line from my man Kawhi Leonard. Thank you for tuning in. BSS Carolinas, Saturday, January. Is it January 6th? July 6th?
July 6th already.
Happy post 4th of July. Of course, I'm B3 Exponent, and sitting across from me is the Summit.
What's going on, everybody? Good morning. Happy Saturday.
And we call him the Summit because he likes to be on top, according to him.
You could say that.
But for all seriousness, Dan, thank you for tuning in. We're just going to jump right into this week's episode, and we're going to start with a little somber news. Ron, what's going on, man?
Man, it's some bad news, some sad news. I know in Miami, you had Kendrick Norton, who was a Panther.
Was he a Panther?
He was a Panther. He was a late-round Panther pick. His arm had to be amputated after a car wreck.
Huge car wreck. Like, I don't know all the details of the story, if there was alcohol involved or if it was just bad weather or it was just an unforeseen accident, because we understand that there aren't the best drivers in the United States of America. Everyone wants to drive fast and drive through people. But, yeah, our thoughts and prayers are out with him and his family. That's going to be a hard recovery, especially when you have to lose a limb, man. I can't just imagine. Now, I know we've joked about other serious issues, such as athletes blowing off their fingers with fireworks and stuff. And, you know, that's pretty painful too, but that's your own stupidity. Car accidents, you can't predict those, and unfortunately for Kendrick Norton, he had to have his arm amputated.
It's sad news, man. It happens, but thoughts and prayers with him and his family. It's rough to lose an arm, to lose a limb, just to be in that situation altogether. But that's one of the bad news. The other one, go back up. We got thoughts and prayers with California after a 7-point earthquake last night. Summer League games postponed, as a side note, but very sad. They stopped the Duke game.
It was the Duke game. You might as well just call it what it was. It was the Duke game.
Yeah, the Duke game had to be postponed. You had that stopped. You had the Dodgers game was affected. They kept playing, but yeah, it was rough.
It was.
But thoughts and prayers, man, because this is like second one this week they've had.
Man.
And then lastly, I just read one this morning. Ex-Clemson football player. What's his name? Tashawn Dye drowns during family outing this weekend.
Snap.
Tashawn Dye.
Man.
He died. So bad news there. But, really young. Another young guy Clemson coach Dabo Swinney called his former player one of the sweetest souls ever. You hate to see these young guys, And East Carolina running back, he played for East Carolina too. He was swimming in late during family outing. He was only 25.
Did they say what were the circumstances behind him drowning? Did he just get caught up playing, or did something tow him under, or?
He transferred to East Carolina after 2016 championship season. It does not say exactly. It just says that just drowning.
Man,
so
our thoughts up with you guys, man.
Definitely.
Now that we got the somber stuff out the way, let's get into
let's
the
go
fun
balling.
stuff. Let's get to the reason why we came here.
If you manage a team, you have
Oh, man, let's mess that up. It's okay. Kawhi Leonard. My man Kawhi Leonard signs a 4-year deal to go to the Los Angeles. But he goes to the Clippers.
I'm so glad he's in L.A., but with the other team.
You didn't want to see him with the Lakers?
No, I wanted to see, and I loved it because he's like, I'm going to think about it. I'm going to make sure you don't get any other stars. Nope. I'm going to go to the other city. Once again, he screwed over LeBron for the third time.
He played them hard, man. He played them hard.
And let's give credit to the man himself, Jerry West. Done. Just give him the best executive player, whatever you want, for a lifetime.
Because he killed it. Not only did he pull off the Kawhi trade, he also lands Paul George in the deal. Paul George. Of course, they had to give up Gilgeous-Alexander, Danilo Gallinari, their entire future for the next 8-10 seasons after the Kawhi era is done.
We talked about it, though, right? Kawhi will still be playing. Paul George will still be playing.
Well, maybe the next 4 seasons,
but we talked about on this show. Does it really affect them? I mean, seriously, look at the draft in the next 5 years. Who is the guy that's coming out that's going to take over the league like Zion and RJ this year and Ja?
Now there are some young kids that got talent that can maybe be something, but if you're the Clippers,
that's 2 or 3 years away, right? At least
that's several years away.
Okay, so why not go all out for the first time ever, like they did this year? Well, let me take it back. Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, and DeAndre with Lob City was good. It was good, but we knew they weren't going to win the playoffs. Exactly. They just weren't going to do it. You're going for it now.
Exactly.
Because you kept everybody around them except for Alexander and Gallinari. Last time I checked in the playoffs, Gallinari didn't really show up.
And he's been hurt the past
Alexander's huge, but you add 2 great on-the-ball defenders than him, 2 of the greatest defenders in this league. Okay, yeah. Charlotte Hornets. Hey, Kupchak, where you at? I'm just saying, there's no reason that you can't do this type of move. Gilgeous-Alexander and Gallinari for 5 future first-round picks? Why
not? Let me play devil's advocate. How concerned are you about Paul George's shoulder?
Last time I checked, he still scored 28 and 9 this year, right? He come on for a career year after breaking his leg, right? He came back. He was an MVP. He finished third in MVP voting this year. So it didn't look like he had a bad shoulder injury, but that shoulder can heal. He's still, 30?
He's 30. He's turning 30
this
season.
He's only 30. You got to give him another year to get better because he's already out early in the season.
Yeah.
So what?
Few weeks.
We talked about on this show who's the one team that can afford for players to sit out. It's the Clippers. It just is. They went to the playoffs with that group they had. You lose Alexander and Gallinari. You bring in DeMarre Carroll that can shoot the ball. And who else had there?
DeMarre Carroll, I thought, went to the Spurs.
Oh, you're right. He went Spurs.
Spurs.
But
I mean, you bring in Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. You bring in two superstar players. Well, a superstar player and a top all-star player.
right. But you bring back Patrick Beverly. You don't lose
You
him.
keep Lou Williams, sixth man of the year, reigning sixth man of the year.
I mean, they're deep enough.
locked
They
up.
will be okay for this year. I mean, for the first half of the season. Because we talked about it. Nobody cares about the first 20 games of the season. It's come down to the playoff runs when they start paying attention and they care. So if somebody's going to miss time, I'd rather miss early in the season than later in the season.
Yeah, that's true. But
I
don't know,
think they'll
man.
be all right.
A shoulder injury, we see how long it took for, quarterbacks, but it is his right shoulder, and that's where he shoots from. And Paul George has had chances on teams. He hasn't been super clutch in the playoffs. He has a lot to prove. He has a lot to prove.
You say he's not been the Indiana team. He was it.
He was
him and
definitely
Lance.
he was.
Okay, and
But I mean,
why did they get beat?
David West was still in his prime at that point. David West was still all-star, 25-10 power forward.
But
at that
they
point.
played a super team in Miami, okay, and took them to 6-7 games usually. So they played them tough.
They did.
I'm just saying, and then he goes to Thunder. You got him and Westbrook. That's it. And a bag of chips. I mean, last couple of years. Steven Adams is good, yes. But and we've all talked about it. It's kind of tough to play with Westbrook because he's a
ball dominant,
baller.
not great shooting guard.
Right. But, and I think he got better this season because he was like, here, Paul, I'm going to make you the alpha. I'm going to be the mega.
But, it just didn't work because they didn't have any wing shooting. Now, the Clippers have tons of wings, but they don't have many bigs that I can think of besides Montrezl Harrell and Zubek kid, which I know they said they are going to make qualifying offers to. But as far as like stretch fours, stretch fives, someone that can knock that three down for them so Kawhi can get to the paint and operate, Paul George can get to the paint and operate. Even though he got to the paint and operated with Steven Adams, and Steven Adams can't shoot the ball, but Steven Adams is a way better big than what the Clippers had.
So here you go. You got Lou Williams, Gallinari, and Alexander's gone. You got Harrell. You got Zubek. You got Landry Shamet. Really good young point guard.
Wings.
Rodney McGruder.
A wing.
Jerome Robinson, shooting guard. Tyrone Wallace, okay. Cinder Thornwell from South Carolina.
6'7", undersized forward.
Jonathan Motley, Angel Delgado, and Terrence Mann. That's the rest of their roster. I'm not sure they're done yet either.
They still have a hole. They still have a hole inside. We will see how that goes. But are the Clippers your favorite to win it next year for you?
Absolutely, hands down. Here's one: the Lakers. Yes, AD and LeBron. LeBron's gonna come back and have a great year. AD's gonna have a great year. But who's around them? They signed last night. They signed KCP back. They signed Danny Green, which is huge.
That was.
I just like the pieces around the Clippers better than I do the Lakers.
But I'm looking at the Lakers and I see KCP 6'5". I see Danny Green 6'5". I see Jared Dudley 6'7". I see Kyle Kuzma 6'8", 6'9".
You like the wing defense?
I like their length. Like their length is unbelievable for me right now. So we will see, man. We will see. It's going to be fun out in LA.
So here's some other names. Here's other names still left. Clippers aren't done yet. I'm telling you. Carmelo's still out there. Trey Burke, Caruso. Oh, he's going back there. Tyson Chandler's still out there. You add Tyson Chandler to the Clippers. That's a big.
That's about all they can afford.
You add Boogie Cousins. They can afford more than that. They got two Supermax. They got two Supermax now.
And they still got Lou Williams, who they gave a bunch of money to. They gave Harrell money. So they're pretty strapped right now.
Just like you did with the Lakers.
And they paid Pat Beverly $40 million.
Here's the thing. People are going to look at, do I want to go play the Lakers or Clippers? I want to go play LeBron and AD. I want to go play with Kawhi and Paul George. I'm going to look.
Like, it's not a bad choice at this point.
No, it's.
It's just what you prefer.
To me, this is why it's different. Kawhi is not ball dominant. Paul George, a little bit more, but not as much as LeBron. LeBron is the alpha ball dominant player of all of them. AD, not ball dominant. The only player is LeBron. So you're one of these guards. Do you want to go to the Lakers and just be a jump shooter?
Well, Paul George and Kawhi Leonard are better ISO scoring players. We know LeBron is ball dominant, but LeBron is going to pass you the ball if you're open and have a shot, and if he trusts you to knock down that shot.
So you got Carmelo, Trey Burke, Caruso, Tyson, Ian Clark, Lou Alden, I don't know. Kenneth Faried is still out there. Paul Gasol has come back from injury. Jericho, Pat McCall. Okay, why are we speaking these other names? Jody Meeks,
Vince
Nene,
Carter.
Lance Thomas, Jakeem Noah. Yeah, there's another one. Stanley Johnson. Shumpert's out there. What the hell am I saying, Shumpert?
And
Trey
Mark Shumpert
Lyles
will take a veteran's minimum maybe to go play with
he'll
LeBron.
go play. Yeah, Vince Carter. I think Vince Carter's a great one. Clippers, man. I would absolutely. Or go back to Toronto. Zubac's going back to L.A. JaVale McGee signed with the Lakers last night.
Did he sign last night
Yeah.
with the Lakers?
Yeah.
See,
So-
so they got their bigs. They need a guard.
Kyle Korver's still out there.
Kyle Korver is going to get waived by where did he get traded
Memphis.
to? Memphis. They're going to waive him. He'll probably sign a veteran's minimum.
Don't-
Iguodala is another interesting
That's another
name.
interesting name. Rondé Hollis Jefferson's not done. Here's another interesting name. He's not going to the Lakers, but Dwight Howard just got released. I wouldn't be surprised he'd go to the Clippers. Give a vet minimum. He ain't got nothing to play for this year. Just go inside and beat him and Harrell. But Hondas Jefferson from Brooklyn. That's another team that's got to trade some more chips because they have to make these other piece fits. I'm trying to see another big name on here. Jeremy Lin. Oh, forget Jeremy Lin. Self-Losha is out there. Justin Holiday, the other Holiday brother from Grizzlies.
So there's some names.
Yeah, there's some names you can grab. Quinn Cook. We ain't talking about Quinn Cook yet.
They denounced his rights. He could be in L.A. Like, the options are out there. The Lakers will figure it out as long as you got LeBron and AD.
Don't forget Rondo.
And Rondo is still out there. And Boogie Cousins is out there.
Jabari Parker. Boogie Cousins. Jabari Parker would be a good fit for the Clippers or the Lakers.
Somebody that
off
just
the
come
bench.
in and score.
Yeah.
And don't play no defense.
Tyus Jones restricted. They let him go, I thought. KCP signed. JaMychal Green is another one. Jeff Green. Let me give Jeff Green some credit. Once again, takes a one-year deal to go to Utah. This guy, he keeps on his one-year deals. De'Aaron Wright from Memphis is another one. Boogie, of course. The Morris brothers haven't signed yet. Both of them. No, Markieff Morris went back to Detroit. Marcus Morris is not signed yet. That's another forward that could fit. We're definitely with the Clippers or the Lakers. Either way.
Well, we're going to take 10 quick seconds for station identification, sponsor identification. So just hang on.
This is BSS Carolinas, live from Charlotte, North Carolina. We are proudly sponsored by Attitude. There you go.
Attitude Broadcasting. Thank you so much, Attitude Broadcasting. We appreciate you. Now let's jump ship. We started in the West Coast with basketball. Let's head to the East Coast.
Before we go to East Coast, definitely. Okay. So who's fine? I told you I'm taking Clippers. Who you got? You taking Lakers, aren't you? As they stand right now, you taking Lakers or Clippers?
I'm taking the Lakers because I got to see how Paul George responds from this shoulder injury. That's the only hiccup I have right now. Let me see how he responds from this shoulder injury.
And here's the other thing about Kawhi. He's never been back-to-back champ. So does he come out this year now that he got that deal where he wanted to be, got the max? Does he sit back a little bit and it's like, okay, I'm going to soak this in for a minute, for a year, and then I'm going to press it next year?
I don't think they have time to wait.
They don't.
The window is now. That's why you went there.
You brought in another super max player. You better win now.
You got to win now.
Yeah.
So pressure's on. Right. Pressure's on in L.A. But let's go to the East Coast where there were huge signings in New York. They just weren't with the Knicks.
Oh no, they were huge for the Knicks.
There were a few sides with the Knicks.
In case you're watching us on, Facebook or Periscope, you'll see that Kawhi is up in the left-hand corner. I'm gonna go ahead and switch this out. I've got a new picture I want to add. I want to add the Knicks reality, and it is a picture of fans' expectations and fans' reality. Basically, it's Kawhi, KD, Zion, Thanos, and Godzilla playing together. Reality is Reggie Bullock, R.J. Barrett, Bobby Portis, Green, and Julius Randle. That's their reality.
Julius Randle, Bobby Portis, Todd Gibson, Reggie Bullock. Wow, Knicks.
That's scary,
y'all are doing it up. What great signings. Y'all ain't going to make the AC. Let's talk about the real team in New York.
But let me give them one credit. It's a 1-1, so they get 1 year with player option next year. So all these guys will be free agents next year.
Randall got a 3-year deal, though.
Randall, yeah. Anyway, talk about the other New York team.
Let's talk about the real team. The Brooklyn Nets. They already were going to get Kyrie. And then they went out and got Kevin Durant, who, by the way, the Knicks said they weren't even going to offer a max deal, too. That's why in the background we have a little song cry, because they are crying in the garden. But in Brooklyn, where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at? The Brooklyn Nets with the two biggest signings since Miami signed LeBron and Chris Bosh on the East Coast. Just the biggest signing since then.
I listen, as perplexed as I was when them two signed in Brooklyn, everything's been blown up since 4 a.m. last night. I'm just saying, everything's been blown up. And then, my neighbor, bless her, ever who did this last night, I'm going to hurt if I ever see them. I get fireworks set off at 4 o'clock in the morning. I was like, wait a minute, I thought this was, something major, and I guess that's when Kawhi got traded, when the fireworks went off.
I mean, at least you guys got the fireworks in my neighborhood went all the way up to 7:30.
Woo! This morning?
Like, nonstop.
This morning?
Yeah.
Good God, dude.
People was just like, the hell with sleep. Let's start popping fireworks all night. All night.
They're popping, fireworks in Brooklyn right now. So, I just, I'm interested to see.
I love it.
I love it, too.
I love it. I know LeBron, AD is like shaking his head right now.
Because of the other two?
He should have been a Clipper.
He should have been. Well, you see, I thought it was funny they were back postponing the deal to bring in Kawhi.
Somewhere in someone's mind, they're saying you only had one job. That was to bring Kawhi. And shout out to his team to downplaying the whole Clippers situation, because it was reported.
Yeah.
He was
Chris
like, look.
Carter's like, they're dead.
Yeah, like,
There's
the
no
Clippers
way.
are dead. Then, social media had Kawhi going to the Lakers. LeBron was like, championship, picking out the champagne. And not only that, not only do you get Kawhi, Jerry West, Danny Ainge, the deal, none other.
So did you read the report this morning? The Toronto Raptors
Are crying.
No. I didn't realize it until this morning. The Raptors passed on Westbrook. Toronto declined a trade OKC for George and Westbrook in exchange for Pascal Siakam. They declined it because they didn't want Westbrook's contract.
Smart.
Nobody wants that contract.
That was smart.
Oklahoma City stuck with that. But yeah, Brooklyn's finest, Kyrie, KD, the 2Ks. Bring this man back courtside, please, to the Barclays. Him and Beyonce going to Houston games and going to see the Warriors finals. Come on, you Brooklyn's finest. We got to have you back in Brooklyn.
Like, this is the crazy part. The little brothers are actually beating the big brothers.
Beating them down.
So, in both cities, we were talking about a minute ago, are you taking the Lakers now? Are you taking Clippers? Right now, the way they're constructed, the Lakers signed KCP. They signed JaVale McGee. They signed Danny Green.
What?
But the Clippers, the only thing they lost in this trade, I'm not even counting the 5 draft picks because that's who knows what that would be.
Yeah.
But you look at the Clippers, the only thing they lost was Gallinari and Alexander. That was it.
In a bag of air. That's what Jerry West sold them. Air.
Do you hear how rich Ballmer is, by the way? He could buy 15 of the franchises right now and still have $5 billion left over.
We know that dude got money.
Just saying.
But
anyway,
it is crazy.
That's what happens when you pick when you got basketball people running your team.
I wish the Hornets had one.
You, jeez. It's all right though. I like to see what goes on.
So the Nets, because we're talking about East Coast. Just go ahead. You the Knicks guy.
I'm going to tell you, the fact that Brooklyn has remotely...
In 5 years, right?
Yeah, like, this makes up for the old KG, Paul Pierce. It makes up for that trade. Now, it's about the results. That's the only thing. I think KD did the smartest thing, did not go to the Knicks, because if he would have went to the Knicks, he was expected to bring a championship like tomorrow.
Even with the blown Achilles.
Yeah.
But and R.J. Barrett, too, I think it would.
Oh, my goodness.
The pressure on R.J. Barrett with KD, it would be like, all right, when's KD come back?
Look, that hyped up game, that game was so hyped up.
It was super hyped up. I was watching the Hornets.
19,000.
I was watching my team.
Hold on, time out. Time out. You're telling me you had Zion and RJ, and you watching the damn Hornets play
I watched the first quarter when RJ and Zion were in, but when they went to the bench, flip.
Really?
Yes.
Look.
Who the hell do you know 5 players playing in this? Oh, let me get started. I haven't addressed my. Oh. You got the Martin twins playing. Both of the Martin twins playing the Hornets.
And we
Summer
have
League.
And we have Kennedy Meeks.
Yeah, Kennedy Meeks
and Hicks. We got all the Carolina bigs.
I just want to say, man, shout out to Kennedy Meeks. I've seen him work out.
He's playing well.
He's playing well.
He looked a little more athletic than he ever looked at Carolina.
And for me personally, hooping with the guy, and he's in good shape.
Is he staying off the buffet?
He's actually lost 30 pounds.
He looks
Good for him.
He looks slimmer.
Good luck. Have a great career over in Phoenix or Oklahoma City or Dallas. Get the hell out of the state of North Carolina.
Why would
the same with the Martin twins? Get the hell out.
It's a great
Go play over
publicity
there.
move
For what?
because Kennedy Meeks,
sick of
West
this
Charlotte
crap.
product. If you catch the bus, you can go right up to the Spectrum Center, straight down from his house.
He's a great serviceable player in another town. Why are you bringing in the Martin twins? What in the hell you think they're going to do?
Yeah, that's for another show. We will definitely get on that on another show.
All right, yeah. Well, anyway, back to Summer League. You really switch over watching R.J. Barrett and Zion for the Hornets.
You know what? The luster was gone after
the first 5 minutes. And
Yeah,
a few dunks and yay. I've seen enough of RJ and Zion playing the Duke together. I know what their games are right now.
I'll tell you this. New Orleans, it's a good thing that they got the point guards that they have.
Oh, my God.
Because Zion is going to need a lot of
You watched him early last night. It was
it's half of it is jitters.
yeah. How much was it jitters last night playing against Knox?
Jitters. He isn't in shape. The man ain't hooped since March.
And not only that, it's just I'm trying not to judge him harshly. He's only 18.
He's a product. He's still raw. He's still so raw, man. But the sky's the limit for that guy.
Like, he needs. You know who he really reminds me of? Larry Johnson.
That's a good. You said that last week, and that's a good one.
Like, if he could just get to the bucket, and he'll have the point guards, Lonzo Ball, Drew Holiday. They will always be in some type of position to get him the ball. But I just hate the position he's going to play. Because Mitchell Robinson.
Oh, my God, dude.
That was just Mitchell Robinson.
Mitchell Robinson last night.
And Kevin Knox.
Kevin Knox was
But
guarding
for
him.
Zion, he's going to have to realize he's got a target on his back.
Wait.
He was the number one pick. He has all this hype. These guys just came out last year with getting all this hype top picks. It's something to prove.
You
And
got
he's
to
going
remember,
to take these guys to a shot.
He's not the most athletic guy. By a leap. Is what I mean.
You know what?
Yeah.
I think last night was the dose of reality. Like, damn, they jumped just as high as me.
They are fast as I am. They are
Stronger
as
than
I
I
am.
am.
And some of them have, and a lot of them got way better jump shots than I have at this point. And R.J. Barrett still can't shoot freaking free throws.
You know what? It's just funny how the Knicks got rid of Melo just to get Melo.
A
back.
lesser version of Melo right now.
And it's just, you got to bring him off the bench.
But this episode has been great. We are at our allotted time.
Yeah.
We want to thank you guys for tuning in to BSS Carolinas Summit. Let them know where we can be located at.
You can catch us on BSS Carolinas on Twitter, Facebook, Periscope, which we're live on Periscope right now. And you can catch us everywhere. Oh, SoundCloud, Spreaker, iTunes, iHeartRadio, all of those. Apple Music now, I guess, instead of iTunes.
Is it Apple Music now?
Yeah, it's Apple Podcasts.
Apple Podcasts, your regular podcast tab. And we didn't get a chance to introduce him. He was fashionably late, which we love. Out here, Smoochie D from Urban Outcast, and is always on this show with us, helping us out, and we really appreciate you. Right. Smoochie D, where can we find Urban Outcast at?
You can find us on, well, we're getting ready to be on Spreaker, but definitely you can find us on.
You're on Spreaker.
Oh, well, shit.
You're on Spreaker. Well, I guess I can help you out now. You're on Spreaker, iTunes, Apple.
See?
SoundCloud. You're pretty much over.
Yeah, we're pretty much on the YouTube.
They're part of the family now.
Yeah,
Attitude Broadcasting.
So shout out to Attitude Broadcasting. We're always trying to make the deal. So we did the Kawhi before Kawhi did. You didn't know. We did it in the middle of the night. But half of you guys were asleep. So
I'm so
I
glad
was asleep.
he did it. I was asleep until my.
So shout out to the Herb Nerd himself. He's on vacation enjoying the 4th of July. Shout out to the family. Glad. You can always also check us out on Facebook, Legion of Greatness Network. Definitely support us. Support your local podcast.
Hey, what nights? Mondays, right?
Yeah, Mondays from 6 to 8.
As always, sports is life.
Catch us everywhere.